Om Gananam Tva Ganapatim Havamahe Kavim Kavinamupamashravatamam Jyesthārajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspatana Srunvannodhisadanam Om Vrishabham Chashaninam Vishwarupamadaabhyam Brahaspatim Varenyam Om Tadvishno Paramam Padam Sada Pasyanti Suraya Divi Vachakshuratatam Om Shlim Shlim Jyotirgamaya Namah Om Hare Ramakrishna Hare Ramakrishna Hare Ramakrishna Om Parasaraya Namah Om Parasaraya Namah Om Parasaraya Namah Om Ghani Surya Aditya Om Ghani Surya Aditya Om Ghani Surya Aditya Om. Okay. Any chart you want to see? Or any before we see a chart, any generic questions or comments or anything you want to clarify?
He has a chart.
Okay.
And then I have a chart of my friend's son who want to go for the military. We looked at the chart.
Go for?
Basically. Who want to join the marine forces.
Okay.
We discussed
Yeah,
the chart.
yeah.
I want to concretely discuss that a little more.
Okay, we will do that.
So he has one and then we can do that.
Yeah.
Sir, I have my own chat, a question on my own chat.
Okay. Yeah. So the data I have is 1983 May 9, 13:48:8, that is 1:48:8 p.m. Srikakulam, India. 8354 East, 18 North, 18.
Yes.
So, okay. So what is the question?
Is health related question and career.
Health and career. Okay. So what are the concerns with health?
Somehow it's been like 3-4 months I've been getting into recurring health issues, sir. A lot of them actually are related to nose and respiratory related
Okay.
stuff. Getting to a point where once in every 15 days either I'm eating something wrong or doing something wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
So that is one, and it's a little tough with my job nowadays, sir. It's getting very, very
difficult with okay. So we'll see the health issue first. I'll probably share with somebody.
Do you look at the South Indian?
Look at that. You want to look at this? This is South inside out.
I like North.
I think everybody here has South, including me.
That's right. I'll try to follow.
You can actually do double. So the South and North will both be shown.
Do the dimension?
Okay. So the question is, the health has been not so good, especially some respiratory or ear nose kind of problems in the last few months. So the question is it a short-term thing or is it a long-term thing, and what kind of precautions can be taken, what kind of diet is recommended? So that's basically the question. If we see the Dasha, what is the Dasha running right now? The Dasha running right now is Ketu Mahadasha. So, but the thing is, have the problems started since 2007 or recently, in the last 1 year?
Last 1 year, sir.
So the problems actually started in the last 1 year. They are not there since 2007. So it is unlikely that these problems are given just by the Mahadasha. They are not Mahadasha-wide problems. They are short-term problems. So there must be something in the Antardasha. So let's see what is the Antardasha running right now. Saturn Antardasha started in April 2012. So give or take a couple of months. So the thing is, he said last few months. So this basically makes sense. So basically Saturn period started and then health problems started. Now Does it make sense? Can Saturn give any health problems in this chart?
Saturn is a 6th and 7th lord.
From the Lagna, he is the 6th and 7th lord. So is he a benefic or a malefic? He is a malefic. He is a functional malefic for Leo Lagna. Moreover, he is an enemy of Lagna Lord Sun. So being an enemy of Lagna Lord and being the 6th lord, being a functional malefic, and also 60 is the house of disease. So he can give disease. Of course, 8 is the house of long-term disease and 60 is the house of things that may come and go, basically. So if the 8th house is triggered in an Antardasha or a Dasha, you have to be more careful because there is a chance that this will be chronic. But that doesn't seem to be the case here. So that is one thing. The other thing is, now, from moon, because for health, Lagna is the physical body and moon is the mind. Both of them are important. So if you see from the moon, how is Saturn? He is the 12th and 11th lord. He is again a malefic and he is in the 8th house. So again he can give some health problems. So basically Saturn has to do with the 6th and 8th house, both from moon and from Lagna. So when a planet shows disease both from moon as well as Lagna, it can be more serious because it's not just that, see, suppose I get a virus comes into my body and then that gives some trouble. That is probably related only to the Lagna. Whereas, because it's just a bodily thing. Whereas, suppose something happens like I'm eating wrong things and then my mental balance has been disturbed. By mental balance I don't mean somebody going mental. What I mean is, let's say my breathing is affected because of what I'm eating. The balance between my prana and apana has been disturbed. So my breathing is not perfect anymore, not normal anymore. Then that will basically see, breathing is the connection between the body and the mind. So my mental state has been disturbed. So maybe I'm anxious for no reason. Maybe I have some health problem, but as a result of it, I'm anxious. And then anxiety, things like anxiety or worries, frustrations, that basically affect at the mental level, they are the problems of the mind. And then physical problems are things that actually affect the body. And then what happens is, breathing is the connection between the two. If you look in terms of the Upanishadic perspective, they talk about 5 sheets in the body. The Annamaya Kosha, the Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha and the Anandamaya Kosha. These are the sheets of physical matter, that is Annamaya Kosha, and the sheet of life force or vitality, that is Pranamaya Kosha, which is basically breathing and all the, not just breathing is the surface of it, but it's the life force inside the body that keeps everything going. And then Manomaya Kosha is the mental sheet, the sheet of consciousness and awareness of things. And then Vijnanamaya Kosha is the sheet of wisdom, the right discretion and right perception, knowing right from wrong. So it is the sheet of that Vijnanamaya Kosha. And finally Anandamaya Kosha is where soul lives. It is basically the sheet of bliss. So these are the 5 sheets. So Manomaya Kosha is basically shown by mind, moon. Moon is the control of the Manomaya Kosha and Lagna is the control of Annamaya Kosha, the physical matter. And Pranamaya Kosha is in between them. It's the connection between the Manas and the Anna, the physical matter and the mind, awareness. It is the connection between them. So the thing is, when prana gets affected, when the life force starts to get depleted, you will see that the person's breathing will be affected, the person will be affected by unstable mind. So here, the fact that both Lagna and Moon, based on both, a Dusthana is being activated by Saturn means, during this time, and by the way, what kind of problem will Saturn give? Will it be Pitta or Vata or Kapha? What kind of problem is likely to be given by Shani? Shani is the planet of Vata. Shani is the Vayu planet. He is of the airy nature. And airy is of course Vata. So he will give Vata related, windy complaints. So the Vata related problems. So the fact that you said you are seeing some respiratory problems, etc. makes perfect sense. Saturn can give those kind of problems. But the thing is, it's difficult to say whether what led to what. But the thing is, there is some problem in the breathing, and also as a result of it, there is some destabilization of the mind. And both of them will basically promote each other. And eventually they grow together, the mental instability as well as the problem in the breathing. So one thing I will recommend is, we'll come to diet later. Basically, you need to watch for your vata. But apart from it, one thing I'll recommend is breathing control, the pranayama. If you can do simple Anulom Vilom pranayama and maybe some Kapalbhati as well. If you can do pranayama on a regular basis, every day, suppose you spend 10 minutes doing the pranayama. Basically, breathe in through one nostril and breathe out through the other nostril, and then don't hold. Just breathe in through the same nostril that you left through, and then breathe out through this nostril. So breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Just keep doing it. The key is you should do it very calmly, and when you do that, it should be audible. If I am doing that, basically I am forcing myself. It should be like, you don't hear any sound now, right? If I am doing like that, I am basically, what I am doing is, I am exerting pressure on the muscles in the respiratory tract. When I make the sound, the muscles are being pulled aggressively. And what happens is, that's not good basically. Any muscle being forced in a particular way aggressively, in an unnatural way, what it will do is the nervous balance of the body is lost basically. So the nervous system, right? The nervous system has the Pingala and Ida nadis, the solar and lunar channels. They control the push and pull action of the nervous system. In our body, everything is a result of the push and pull. The solar channel pushes you to action. It is the one that pushes. And the lunar channel is the one of withdrawal. It pulls back, it restrains. So the thing is, if you do too much pushing, then too much aggression. If you pull too much, then too much relaxation. The thing is, the right balance has to be there. It's not just from the mental state point of view, but from the point of view of, let's say, moving the bowel or moving a particular muscle in the body. There are so many muscles that are being moved constantly as you digest the food, as your blood circulates, as your heart pumps blood. As a part of living, there are so many muscles that are moving, and all these nervous signals are controlling that movement. And then there's a nice balance between the solar and lunar channels. So what happens is, that balance needs to be restored, and that balance is really the key. So anything that is done aggressively is basically a problem. That means there is more solar channel there. So it should be in a relaxed way. So breathe in and breathe out very calmly without making too much sound. And one more thing is, when you breathe in, when your stomach goes out, basically your lungs are filled and then they push the diaphragm and your stomach protrudes. Don't do it in such a way that it strains you basically. Stop it before it actually, maybe 80% or 85% of the way, 100% let's say, that's where the straining will start. You will start to feel some strain. So stop a little before that. So it should be, you should breathe as much as you can, but stop when you still have some space where you can still breathe more. And then breathe out very slowly. If you do this basically, this is a natural way to do the pranayama. So if you do this every day for 10 minutes, it can make a difference. And one more thing is, if you see that your mental state is not really steady, something is either bothering you, or you are feeling worried about something, or anxious about something, or frustrated about something, when you see that, if you basically calm down, relax, and then to breathe in and breathe out, the thing is, mind controls the breathing and breathing controls the mind. So they are basically, it's difficult to say who controls who. So by manipulating one of them, you can control the other one, depending on which one you can control better. And most of us can control the breathing better than the mind. So it's better to start controlling the breathing. And this is why before any ritual you do pranayama. Only problem is, all the priests who do ritual, they do like this, pranayama they say, and then they just proceed with the puja. They don't really do pranayama. So the meaning of pranayama, like I said before, is controlling, disciplining of the prana. So once you do that, your prana, your life force should be in a disciplined, nice rhythmic pattern. So that is one thing that I strongly recommend. When Saturn is the planet and when there is some vata disturbance, pranayama is really a good idea. And the other thing is vata pesifying diet. But the thing is in general, is a vata, or the complaints in this chart more likely to be vata or pitta or kapha in general. Not this particular period, but in general. Because the thing is, if the basic nature of the person, let's say, is pitta or something, and then you give diet that is specifying vata for the current vikriti, it may affect the original prakriti, the original nature. So you want to make sure that there isn't too much deviation. The Vikriti is not too deviant from the Prakriti. So what is the basic nature of this person? Lagna is?
Lagna is Leo Lagna.
Lagna is Leo, and Lagna Lord Sun is exalted in Aries, another fiery sign. So there is a lot of fire. There is some Pitta. Okay? And what else? What are the other factors on Mars is aspecting Lagna? Right? So Mars and aspect on Lagna means again Pitta. So there is a strong Pitta influence. And then what are the other influences? You can also see the influences on Lagna Lord. And like we said earlier, any influences on the 6th house or 8th house, any Dusthana Lords, if they have an influence on either Lagna or the Lagna Lord, then they can give some problems. So the thing is, if you see Saturn, he is aspecting Lagna Lord Sun. So Saturn is aspecting Lagna Lord Sun and he is the 6th Lord. So 6th Lord aspect on Lagna Lord, so Saturn can also show, he can also show the doshas of the person. And then, of course, Moon is important. Just as Lagna, Moon is also important. And if you see Moon, Moon is in Pisces, a Kapha sign, and its Lord is Jupiter and he is aspecting it. So there is some Kapha influence. But the thing is, how about Moon himself? How is Moon? See, Moon is in the 8th house. So a planet in the 8th house can define some doshas of the person. And is Moon Vata or Kapha here?
Kapha.
No. Full Moon is Kapha. Full Moon is Kapha. But the definition of the way Parasara defined is full Moon is Kapha and new Moon, Moon who is 0, he is Vata. In between, he is basically, you see how full he is. Let's say he is half, then he is half Kapha, half Vata. Here, this is Krishna Dvadasi, right? So, he is 12 over 15 Vata. So, basically Vata. He is not really Kapha. So, Moon is a Vata planet in the 8th house, and Saturn is the 6th Lord aspecting Lagna Lord, he is a Vata planet. So, there is Vata dosha. The basic nature is fire, basically. There is more fire. But the thing is, there are no doshas relating to, there is no influence on the 6th and 8th relating to fire. So, what you can say is, there is a strong fire in the person. But, the dosha that is likely to trouble the person is Vata. So, given that, the fact that Saturn Antardasha is running right now, it is fine to take diet that is specifying for Vata. And the suggestions can be, instead of eating dry foods, eat foods that have grain. And then food that is not very hot, but mildly hot. Because if you eat very hot food with a lot of red chilies, green chilies and black pepper, that will increase already there is a lot of heat in the system. And then there is also dryness and air. So overheating the system will dry it more and the air in the system will go out of balance. It will become dry air. That will be problematic. So cool the system. So for example, yogurt, buttermilk are good. Then the spices can be like cilantro, coriander, cumin seeds, fennel seeds, and then cardamom, ilachi, and then also dalchin, which is cinnamon. So these are mild spices. These are not very, very pungent spices. So these are not basically, to use the Hindi word tikha. You don't want something really pungent like green chilies, red chilies. So cut down on them, eat mild spices, and do pranayama, and also eat vegetables. Stay away from eggplant, stay away from bhindi, the okra.
And aloo. And aloo.
Aloo is okay if it's perfectly cooked. Perfectly cooked aloo is not too bad for Vata people. But better avoid aloo in the night at least. And then simple to digest foods like green beans, carrots, various squashes, all those doohi. This kind of vegetables are more recommended, and moong dal is very good. And one more thing I will suggest is, you can buy these herbs on banyanbotanicals.com. banyanbotanicals.com. There are a couple of herbs I will recommend. Hartaki is basically, in Telugu we call it karakaya, in Hindi, in Sanskrit you call it hartaki, and in Hindi you call it either harar or hadde. So the powder of that particular fruit, dried fruit, is available at banyanbotanicals.com, as well as Indian stores may be selling hadde powder, or they may be selling whole hadde. You can poured it yourself. So take Hartaki powder, and the other one is, there is something called Dashamoola. It is also available on the website, Dashamoola, Dashamoola. It's basically the roots of 10 different trees, 5 big trees and 5 medium-sized trees. So it's called Dashamoola. So what I recommend is half to 3/4 spoon of half Hartaki and half spoon of Dashamoola. Put that in a cup of hot water, boil it for 5-10 minutes, and then let it stand for several hours, and then filter it, and then drink the essence. Basically, the water will have absorbed the essence. Drink it before sleeping in the night, or a couple of hours before sleeping. Basically, after dinner, an hour or later. After dinner, drink it. So if you drink the Dashamoola Hartaki tea at night, that can really help eliminate the vata in the system. And that is very good for the breathing system also. There is a rasayana called Dashamoola Hartaki rasayana, which is available from, not on this website, but from Indian websites you can buy Dashamoola Hartaki rasayana. That is also good for the respiratory system. But what I recommend is, it will work very slowly. Whereas if you take this tea at night, this will actually relieve the vata in the entire digestive tract very fast. So that is a good idea. So take this for detoxification of the system, as well as eliminating the vata from the system. What else? And then how long is this?
Yeah, two things. Yes. I actually have same problem. And mine is Leo Lagna and Saturn is in the 11th house. I think it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But in his case, Saturn's exalted. Wasn't that?
But he's retrograde, so he's not really so good. On the other hand, suppose he wasn't retrograde, suppose he's exalted. Sixth Lord's exaltation is not really a great thing. Sixth Lord, his agenda is to keep trouble. So if such a planet is exalted, that is actually not a great idea. So the fact that Saturn is retrograde is actually reducing the amount of problems Saturn can give in this case. Yeah. And in your case, I don't know your thought, but the thing is, looking at you, I don't really think you are a vata person. There may be temporary vata problem given by Saturn or
mine has been for so many years.
Breathing problems?
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is, breathing problem doesn't necessarily come because of vata.
Okay.
Breathing problems can be huge. In Ayurveda, any problem, whether it's breathing problem, difficulty breathing, or anything you take, heart problems, or indigestion, or acidity, or gas, any problem you take, any headache, any standard problem you take, it can have 3 different root causes. Kapha people have a different kind of prognosis, and Pitta people have a different kind of, suppose there is a Pitta person. Pitta person has a lot of fire in the system, so they are prone to inflammation. So when there is, you are either Pitta or maybe some Kapha, but I would expect, looking at your features, I would expect more Pitta. But the thing is,
my fifth Lagna has Sun and Mars, and Saturn in the 11th, and Jupiter in the 7th. And Jupiter saves me a little bit.
Jupiter in 7th aspecting Lagna can also give some Kapha. Looking at your body, the hair suggests that you are not a Kapha person, but the overall body structure suggests either Kapha or Kapha people are usually fat or well built, and Vata people are thin like him and like me, and Pitta people are in between. They can be sometimes they can be fat, sometimes they can be thin, but usually they are not too thin. They are muscular, and they have a good personality, and that is how you come across. But with this body, you could also be a Kapha person. So the thing is, there are other things. Your forehead is not really that wide, and also your hair is not. You would expect a Kapha person to have very luscious hair. Your hair is more dry kind of hair, and also it's not as thick as I would expect for a Kapha person. So looking at the body, without looking at the horoscope, I would expect you to be a Pitta Kapha person. So the thing is, suppose there is a Pitta person, then what happens is, there is a lot of acid being produced in the body which is not being used. Because they will have hyperacidity.
I've heard of that.
They will have digestion problems, but because of hyperacidity. Vata people will have digestion problems because they don't have enough enzymes. Pitta people have too many enzymes, they don't use them well, so it becomes acid, also it gets absorbed into the blood and goes everywhere, and you get backaches or headaches that is basically unused enzymes, too many enzymes which you don't use well. That is one problem. But the thing is, what happens is because of all those acids and all those strong enzymes, there really is too much fire. So what happens is, if that gets into the respiratory tract, those enzymes and that fire eventually, then what happens is there can be inflammation. So all these bronchial tubes and the whole respiratory system, it's almost like you have wounds, just like you have wounds on the skin. There are minor wounds developing everywhere, and that wound makes it difficult. When air brushes against it, it will be painful. So the thing is, you have a breathing problem, but the thing is, it is because you have too much fire. So the thing is, in that case, you need to take something soothing. For example, for a Vata person, you may recommend taking steam with, when they are having breathing difficulty, taking steam with turmeric, etc., which is anti-Vata, because they are prone to a lot of infection. They can easily get their resistance is low, so they can easily pick up any viral or bacterial infections. So regularly, that's the other thing. Regularly, basically every few days or every weekend at least, take a big container of hot water, put a couple of spoons of turmeric in it, then boil it, and then breathe it. Basically put a blanket or something around you, so that the space above the container is restricted, and then put your face there, and then breathe in and breathe out heavily. So what happens is, then the steam will go inside, and the turmeric that is inside the steam, that will basically touch all the oral tract, the oral cavity, as well as some parts of the respiratory system. So that can kill any bacteria that may be there. But the thing is, if somebody with Pitta related breathing problem does it, if there is any infection in those inflammation, it can help. But the thing is, assuming the problem is not infection but just inflammation, the turmeric can actually burn it even more. Whereas you need something soothing like licorice or something that is very cooling and soothing.
So you can take more leafy vegetables, curd, rice,
yeah,
buttermilk, right? They are the things.
Leafy vegetables?
Pitta. Yeah.
For Pitta, yes. For Pitta, leafy vegetables are good. I'll actually come to that later. But going back to this, suppose there is a Kapha person, he's having a lot of breathing difficulty. His problem is he's very fat and there's more earth than water in the system. So what happens is there's a lot of phlegm. So whatever he eats, a lot of it becomes phlegm. So there is a lot of phlegm in the sinuses, in the oral cavity, in the respiratory tract. So what happens is, because of it, the air that he is breathing in is not really reaching the places it needs to be. It's not being absorbed well. So he needs, like he's short of breath. So, but the thing is, the root cause is different. So in that case, you need to eat a lot of ginger, a lot of chili, a lot of black pepper, and maybe even Indian long pepper, pipali. So eat those, and then a lot of honey with them, honey, ginger, that kind of stuff. Dry ginger, sunt. Take a lot of sunt in your food. So what that does is, that basically melts all this phlegm and even stops it from forming, basically. So you need to increase the heat in the system in that case. Whereas for you need to lower the heat. And in his case, basically, it keeps alternating. One day it is too hot, one day it is too cold. He needs to basically strike a balance. So that is the thing. So like this, any problem in Ayurveda has different root. There is a different root cause, and based on the root cause, there is a different evolution that happens in the system. But the final symptom may be the same. They are having difficulty breathing. So the thing is, don't just go by that. This is why when somebody says, "Oh, breathing problem, this is the Ayurvedic remedy," or "Oh, indigestion, this is the Ayurvedic remedy." No, loss of appetite, this is the Ayurvedic remedy. That is nonsense. Ayurveda is not really like that. In real Ayurveda, you have to know what is the. So suppose there is somebody is having not feeling hungry. That may be because there is a lot of acids accumulated in the system, lot of bile, and then because of it, that is coating the digestive tract, and whatever you eat is not being absorbed. So you have a lot of mess there. In that case, you need to take something else, like maybe alphabetical sona or something. Whereas a Vata person, he need to take something else. So like this, for the same problem, the root cause there may be a different root cause in Ayurveda. So in this particular case, what I will recommend is, every now and then taking steam with turmeric. That is one thing, to kill any viruses or bacteria that may be accumulated. That is one thing. The other thing is, actually neti is a good idea. Are you familiar with neti? So basically you can buy a neti pot anywhere. These days it's available in American stores also, including Whole Foods, etc. So get a neti pot, and then normally people do with salt water. So that is fine. But the other option is with a little bit of pinch of turmeric basically. That is another option for Vata people. But what I recommend is instead of just taking tap water, take the water, heat it, and then heat it with turmeric, and then filter it, and then cool it basically. And then when it's lukewarm or slightly warm, then use it. So that if there are any, because there have been cases where the water had some amoeba, etc., and then when it went up, basically people have developed some brain infections, etc. So the tap water may or may not be safe, because you are sending it inside your system, close to the brain. So neti is one good idea. Not every day. Neti, N-E-T-I, neti. It's basically cleansing the thing is, because of the vata, it is likely that there is some dryness and there is some infection that developed in the nasal cavity, oral nasal cavity. Also maybe there are some links to the ear also. There are some small tube. So you had some problems with the ears also in the past. So it's a good idea to clean up that area and disinfect it. So neti is one good idea. Turmeric steam is one good idea, and diet wise we suggested these things, and pranayama. So these things should help. But the thing is, how long do we expect this? Maybe another 5 months or so.
End of Saturn till May?
Yeah. Maybe another 5-6 months basically. We expect this problem to continue. But the thing is, if we take some precautions, it can reduce. The other question is relating to careers, right?
So this every Antardasha Saturn will come.
Yes. Whenever Saturn Antardasha comes, he can give some trouble, provided the Dasha Lord also has some negative indications.
In this case, Dasha Lord doesn't have that much negative indication.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
The fourth
Are you
Lord
sure?
in 5th house.
Yeah. From Lagna, he is the fourth Lord in the 5th house.
He is Ketu. First of all.
Yeah, first of all, he is Ketu. But
Ketu,
he is, see, factor number 1, he is an enemy of Lagna Lord. So that Mahadasha as an enemy of Lagna Lord can give some health problems.
being in a trine, would he give that?
Yeah, but he is an enemy. Though he is in the trine, he is an enemy of Sun. It's not like one of Sun's friends is in a trine for him.
Had he been in 6th house, we can say that okay, he is an enemy in a 6th house, he can definitely give big trouble. But he is not that nature. He is in a good trine.
See, he is the 8th Lord in the 9th house. See, it's not just where he is. Suppose he is in the 6th house, but suppose he is the 3rd Lord. 3rd Lord in 6th would have been actually not bad. Here, from Sun, from the Lagna Lord Sun, Ketu is the 8th Lord in the 9th house. Is that good or bad? That is not good. See, 9th house is a house of protection. But just because you put somebody in the house of protection doesn't mean he will protect. It depends on what his agenda is. The agenda from Sun is 8th house. From Sun, his agenda is 8th house. 8th house is problems, anxieties, things that are difficult to diagnose. That is basically the agenda of the 8th house. And also chronic problems. So that is what Ketu wants to give. And you place him in the house of protection. He will basically withdraw the protection. But the thing is, this is only from the Lagna Lord. From Lagna, there is nothing really serious about Ketu.
Also
from Moon, there is nothing really serious about Ketu. So overall, he is okay. Only from Lagna Lord, there is some problem. So that is why this problem has not been happening since Ketu has started in 2007. So Mahadasha has some scope for problem, but it's not really that strong. Whereas Saturn has a heavy scope for problem. He is in the 8th from Moon, he is the 6th Lord from Lagna, he is the enemy of Lagna Lord, he is aspecting Lagna Lord being the 6th Lord, giving a Duryoga. So because of all these reasons, Saturn is a much stronger candidate for giving health problems. Of course, Moon, luckily his Antardasha is over, but the thing is, Moon is another planet, who being in the 8th house, in Mankarkasthana, he can give health problems. So there are a couple of planets who can give health problems. So in their Antardashas and Ketu Mahadasha, there can be problem. Okay. Suppose he gets Saturn Antardasha in Sun Mahadasha. Do you expect him to have serious health problems just like it is happening now? Not probably, because even though Saturn wants to give trouble, Sun is the Lagna Lord. He wants to protect and give good health. So If the Mahadasha Lord, his agenda is good to really protect, and the Antardasha Lord wants to give some trouble, the Mahadasha Lord wouldn't agree. Ketu and Saturn are friends, but Sun and Saturn are enemies. And then Ketu has some negative agenda, but Sun has full positive agenda. So when Sun Mahadasha, Saturn Antardasha comes, don't expect any health problem. But what about Venus Saturn? Venus Antardasha, Venus Mahadasha, Saturn Antardasha. Again they are friends, so but can Venus give any health problems? Well, he doesn't have anything to do with the 6th and 8th house, but the thing is, he's the dispositor of the 6th lord, right? And then he's a functional malefic, and he's an enemy of Lagna lord, and he's a functional malefic, and he is in the 11th house, which is Bhavat Bhavam for the 6th house, and he's with Rahu. Rahu and Ketu are the karkas for depletion of the system, depletion of dhatus. So Venus Venus is not a strong planet for giving problems. It's not like whole Venus Mahadasha will be a period of trouble. That we can say about Saturn and Moon, not Venus. So Venus will be overall okay, but there is some scope for trouble. So when Venus Moon, Venus Saturn, these periods come, they can be health problems. But when Sun comes, whole Sun Dasha will be basically okay. There will not be any serious health problems. Things will be pretty smooth. But when Moon Mahadasha comes, even though he gives Viprit Rajoga, it may be good for other things, but health-wise, even though he is a friend of Sun, friend of Lagna Lord Sun, still Moon being close to Amavasya, this is a Krishna Dvadasi in the 8th house, is not really a desirable thing. So I would expect that and moreover, from the Pranapada Lagna, Moon is in the 12th house. So I expect that when Moon Dasha comes, which is actually
40 years.
Long later, you don't have to worry about it now, but from 2040, those 10 years can be very problematic for health. So anyway, so let's move to the career. He asked about career. What is the Dasha running right now? Again, Ketu Saturn. And how is that for career?
It started during the same time, sir.
So during the same period.
Jupiter ended and Ketu. Things have been very, very difficult at work.
And Jupiter was fine?
Jupiter was also problematic, sir. More work, but absolutely no recognition whatsoever in terms of financial as well as the work that I do.
Okay.
That might be attributed to the current financial
situation,
market
situation. Yeah.
But
Saturn is really giving problems.
yes, sir. He's driving me nuts right now.
Okay.
My directors are making me
Some problems from high level.
higher officer.
Okay, let's see how is Saturn. See, Ketu Dasha, Saturn and Dasha is running. See the Dashamsha for career.
Sir,
You may want to move so that if you want to see, move close to somebody.
do we choose the traditional D10?
Yeah, we'll just see because we don't know anything else. So if you see the Dashamsha, Pisces is rising in the Dashamsha, right?
Right.
So where are Ketu and Saturn?
10th house.
They are in the 10th house. Ketu and Saturn are in the 10th house, and they are with Sun. So first of all, forget about ownership, friendly house, all these factors. The basic factor is Sun Saturn Ketu combination. Is it a good combination or bad combination in general?
Not a bad combination.
Sun and Saturn are enemies. And Sun and Ketu are of course enemies. Ketu is the one who causes eclipse to Sun. So Sun being restricted by Saturn and Ketu is not really a good combination. It is a bad combination. Now Ketu Mahadasha and Saturn and Dasha is coming. And what kind of problems can that show? Sun shows authorities or politicians. So the thing is, it can show problems from government or authorities at work or something like that.
Or bosses today. Or
Bosses. Authorities meaning bosses. So basically this Antardasha is not really so favorable. And if you see from the 10th house perspective, 10th house career perspective, how is from the taking 10th house as Lagna, how is Saturn, how is Ketu, how is Sun? Sun is the 9th lord in Lagna. So he is actually well placed there. Sun is the 9th lord in Lagna. But Saturn is Maraka. He is the 2nd and 3rd lord. He is a Maraka in Lagna. Maraka in Lagna is never good. It gives either end of that particular area of life. In Rasi chart it will be death, but here end of the job or leaving the job or something. So it will give or similar suffering, basically death-like suffering in career. So Saturn can give that. What about Ketu?
12th Lord in Lagna.
12th Lord in the Lagna, is that good or bad? It's not good. It's not good. The exchange, actually there is an exchange between Lagna Lord and the 12th Lord. That is actually called a Duryoga. Exchange between Lagna Lord and one of the Dusthana Lords, 6, 8 and 12 Lords, is known as a Duryoga. It's not a good, it's the opposite of Raj Yoga. So Ketu Jupiter Yoga is actually a bad yoga. That is why Ketu Jupiter period also was not so good. But the thing is, Saturn is even worse, because from the 10th house perspective, Saturn is a Maraka. So Ketu Saturn can give a change of job or can give some serious problems in career. So the thing is, I don't really expect this period to get any better. So somehow survive till the end of June, end of May or June, give or take a few weeks. So survive this period. After that will come Mercury. How is Mercury for career? Taking the 10th house as Lagna still for the work. Mercury is the 7th and 10th Lord, so he is a slight malefic for the 10th house. But the thing is, he is 10th Lord, joining the exalted 5th Lord. Right? Mars is exalted and he is the 5th Lord from Sagittarius. So 5th Lord and 10th Lord together, is it Guru Yoga or Raj Yoga?
Good yoga.
It's a Raj Yoga. So Mercury is basically a well-placed planet for the career, for the work. So, and how about from Ketu? Taking the Dasha Lord Ketu as Lagna, again the same thing. So the thing is, I don't expect the problems to continue into Mercury period. Mercury period may even be better than Jupiter period. So Jupiter period was bad, Saturn period is very bad, and Mercury period may, a few months after Mercury Antardasha starts, it may actually get better than in the Jupiter period. So I wouldn't be surprised if all the problems vanish smoothly. So when do we expect that?
After May.
From this summer basically. Starting from this summer, a period of 1 year is actually a good period.
They're using my H1 clause or all these kinds of nonsense to...
Yeah. Basically they have some leverage and they are using it.
Right now I have nothing else to do other than
hang on to them.
Worrying also is not, I mean that might be the reason why all this got triggered other than... So there is nothing in my hands, there is nothing that I am not doing, I am just putting my best effort at work and they push me to do much more than...
They are basically extracting more out of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Good luck.
I don't mind doing it, sir, but it's affecting my health, and even though I say that they are somehow being deaf eared. So if there is if something has to change,
if you reduce your productivity, let's say, what do you expect they will do?
In this period, I think that will be even worse.
I'm scared that if they fire me, one thing I don't know. My boss is a good person. All the headache is with the directors and VP level guys who know that they can extract more out of me. They've seen this in Ketu Jupiter, so they want more and more.
Bottom line is, if you are concerned, the thing is, there is some, Saturn is the 2nd and 3rd Lord in Lagna, so there is some chance of end of job. So the thing is, if you are really confident that they won't do anything to you, even if you reduce your productivity slightly, maybe you can do that. But the thing is, if you are concerned, then there is some concern from the horoscope point of view also. So I would recommend just go through.
Why did you suggest that reduce the productivity level? What is that?
No, but the thing is, this is not a period when he will be recognized for what he is doing. Right? Recognition may come in the Mercury period. If it is possible that in the Mercury period, there may be some recognition for the output of the person. See, the output of the person is from the 10th house. And from that as Lagna, Mars is the 5th Lord. And he is exalted. And he is with Mercury. So, Mercury Antardasha can trigger that yoga. So, maybe in the Mercury Dasha, Mercury Antardasha, Mars Prachantardasha or something like that. So, then there is a chance of recognition for the output that you've been putting for a while. But the thing is, right now, this is not a period of recognition. So, when you are not getting any recognition, maybe you just go through it and then once you get your green card or whatever.
What he's doing right now in Mercury Dasha.
I don't know whether you will actually continue here or leave your job in the second half of this year, find somewhere else. But bottom line is, wherever you are, things will be much better from the second half of this year. That's all I can say. So, keep your eyes open and keep doing whatever you are doing.
And what if he changes now?
But he said that's not forget about horoscope. He basically said that's not
Viable.
based on H1 status, that's not viable.
How would his son Mahadashavi for his career? Because it's
Yeah.
also the 10th house.
Yeah. See, he is the 6th lord from Lagna.
Yeah.
So Lagna is yourself.
Yeah.
You basically. So you from the point of view of career. Lagna of Dashamsa shows you from the point of view of career. And the 6th lord, 6th is basically the house of exertion and hard work. So he'll be working very hard. He'll be exerting himself. So it's not good for his health, etc. But the thing is, from the 10th house point of view, from the work point of view, he is the 9th lord in Lagna. Very well placed.
Exactly.
So this is a period of good recognition in the work and being in some position of authority in work.
Even in his son Mahadasha.
Yeah.
But that's very far ahead.
Very far ahead. But he's asking theoretically. I thought he was asking theoretically.
My son is
Yeah.
I got confused, sorry.
Yeah, it's very
Okay.
Yeah, very far, sorry.
Yeah, it's yeah. So, good luck. Are there any remedies you can suggest for the career?
No. He said Palan Devata maybe.
Okay, who is the Paran Devata? Tell me. Amatya Karaka. Amatya Karaka is Rahu. Right? Amatya Karaka is Rahu. And who is the 6th lord from Rahu? Mars or Ketu. Right? It can be either Mars or Ketu. And the key thing is Ketu's Dacha is running right now. So, good idea will be to worship Ketu, Ganesha. So, worshipping Ganesha will be a good idea. Any other comments, any other points, anything else you want to say?
For health, Rahul Amatya Karaka.
You should propitiate Saturn also.
You take the Charkarkas from the physical longitudes.
Physical language.
Yeah. Okay, so you actually were saying something. Yeah.
We skip the
Oh, remedy for health. We gave a lot of Ayurveda, a lot of diet, pranayama, etc. So the thing is, see, pranayama is also like basically worshipping a devata. You are worshipping air god basically. So that's enough. And for Shani, for Saturn, the pranayama itself is a good remedy. It's not just a physical remedy, it's also a spiritual remedy, doing pranayama. The thing is, when you breathe, right, breathe slowly. When you breathe in and breathe out and breathe in and breathe out, like I told you, think that when you are breathing in, think that there is God inside you. There is indeed God everywhere. So there is God inside you. You are offering this air to the God as an offering. So the air that you are offering is to the God who is within. And then when you breathe out, imagine that there is God everywhere and you are making this offering to that God basically. Think that the air that is coming in and going out is an offering to the God within and without. So it's just an offering to the God and an offering to the God. So with that spirit, if you want, you can also chant any mantra. Basically, that will help you make it uniform basically, the length being uniform after breathing in and breathing out. So you can chant any mantra of any devata that you want and then think that the devata is outside as well as inside. Close your eyes, keep your back straight, and then while you are breathing in, you basically chant the mantra and imagine. The visualization is probably even more important than chanting the mantra.
Maybe
That is a puja basically, that is a sadhana.
maybe it's even better to choose a mantra if he is choosing. Choose a one that pretty close to the length of the breathing, so that
Yeah. That is more important than the devata. The thing is, like I said earlier, you should breathe so that without straining you are breathing slowly, breathing in, and then you are stopping when you are like 85% full. If you breathe more, basically you will feel some strain. So it is still relaxing and enjoyable. It's not there is no strain. And then stop and then start breathing out slowly with the same speed. So the thing is, this means that depending on your nervous system, your lungs, the strength of the muscles in the nerves, the time that is the right amount of time will be different from the time that is right for session. So once you know that time, either pick a mantra or pick the speed of the mantra based on that. The thing is, if you can only breathe for a few seconds, doing a long mantra that has
Gayatri
60 letters or 32 letters or even Gayatri mantra may be problematic. And also if the mantra requires a lot of attention on the mantra, like suppose you are doing Gayatri mantra, you have to all the Mrityunjaya mantra, you have to look at the ups and downs and think of them. Suppose it's not natural to you, you have to consciously put effort. And the thing is you are not putting effort into the breathing. So it should be something very natural and that just happens in the background, you are very comfortable with it. So even something like Om Namo Narayanaya or Om Namah Shivaya,
Take Ganapatiya Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha, anything is better. Pick something very small. Okay. So anything else? Any other comments, observations?
Would Venus be alright, sir? With the
Venus period?
imposing?
See, for career, Venus will start with some tensions, etc. because he is the third and eighth lord. Some changes in the career, maybe some retirement kind of situations. But the thing is, he will, being in the sixth house, Manakaraka Sthana, eighth lord in the sixth house, he gives Viprit Rajoga. So he will start with some tension, but maybe after a year or two, he will really give you a great rise and great position. So there will be some tensions, but eventually it will be very good. So I'm not concerned. And health-wise, he's okay. He's not too bad, not too bad. He will have some problems, but nothing serious. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So all the best. All the best. Do whatever you can. Let's stop. This is the other chart. So this is the chart of somebody we advised about the education of this person long back, a few years back I think, and we saw strong influence of Mars in the Dasamsa as well as Rashi chart on the 10th house. So we saw that mechanical engineering, that is what we suggested earlier, and he joined a mechanical engineering program. We also thought at that time that something like FBI or some investigative agency, this kind of things may be a good idea in the long run. And now actually not FBI, but he is interested in Marines, right?
Two things.
He's joining Marines.
What he told me is he is interested in Marine Corps.
Marine Corps, yeah.
But in Marine Corps, he was almost last week, he was going to sign up to be enlisted. But then he's a junior in mechanical. So talking to his other friends and the well-wishers, he found that getting enlisted is not a good idea right now, because right after enlistment, even if you are called in after the training, you are called for your record, then
just have to go.
It's got to go.
Yeah.
So he changed his mind to pursue the Marine officer program rather than Marine getting enlisted.
Okay.
Instead
So what does Marine officer program mean?
What that means is he will Marine enlisted if you go, you
can be on active duty, but what is the meaning of Marine officer? What does it involve?
Marine officer program, he will be an active duty, or he will be actually the qualification for Marine officer is completing the graduation.
Oh, okay, good.
So he will possibly pursue in that path,
do
the paperwork and get some training,
but
he won't be deployed until, he won't be considered
available until he
finishes.
But after that he can be called.
After that he will be called.
Okay.
Then he can be a reservist or he can go back into activity. But
still it is basically a military career that he is.
It's a Marine Corps program, Marine officer.
Okay. So the thing is, so Mars, of course we can show mechanical engineer as well as police. I'll give you the data. The data is 1992, July 8. 1992, July 8. The time is 9:56:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, 5 hours 30 minutes east of GMT. The place is Secunderabad, India. 78 East 30, 17 North 27. So, just to refresh what we saw long back, see if you see the Lagna, if you see the Rashi chart, Mars is in Aries. He's in Mula Trikona. And he is the 10th Lord. 10th is the house of career, right? He is the 10th Lord and he is aspect in the 10th house, with 8th aspect, full aspect on it. So Mars is extremely strong in the Rashi chart, okay? That is point number 1. And moreover, actually, if you quantify the aspect on 10th house, Mars has 100% aspect. If you actually look at the aspect on the 10th house cusp, if you look at the aspect table, you will see that it's 100%. So, he owns and he 100% aspects the 10th house, and he is extremely strong. So clearly this is a strong Martian chart. And also this Mars is in the 3rd house of 5, drive, initiative.
And the
So this,
the queries.
that one?
Aries.
Very. So this is a chart of a go-getter. This is not a chart of somebody who just lies back and waits for things to come his way.
He's also aspected by Moon, who is the 6th lord, Jupiter, who is the 11th and second lord.
Interesting. So the third lord Mars is aspected by 11th lord Jupiter as well as 7th lord Moon. So all the Kamatrikonas are converging on Mars.
And 6th lord Moon.
All the Kamatrikonas are converging on Mars. So the thing is, clearly this is a chart of somebody who is very aggressive, very takes initiative.
Kamatrikonas is converging on Mars.
The third lord Jupiter, 11th lord Jupiter is aspecting Mars, and Mars is in the third house. He is the third lord, and 7th lord Moon is also aspecting.
6th lord.
Oh, sorry. Then not all comes down, but just the 11th house. Yeah. Okay. So, but Jupiter is in the 11th lord in the 7th house and aspecting Mars. Jupiter is the 11th lord in the 7th house aspecting Mars, who is in the 3rd. So there is some influence on Mars of all the Kamatrikonas. And look at the Dashamsha, the chart of career.
Correct.
The 10th house is owned by Jupiter. He is debilitated in the 8th house, right, with Sun. But the thing is, the career is given by 2nd, 6th and 10th houses. If you look at the 6th house, it's very strong. It is occupied by its own Lord Mars. So when and moreover he is the Karaka Lord in the, he is basically the Karyecha in the Rashi chart. He is the 10th Lord in the Rashi chart. So given that there is a strong Martian influence on this particular chart, okay. But the thing is, the other influence is the 10th house has exalted Venus. 5th Lord. 5th Lord being in the 10th is almost like a partial Raj Yoga. And he is also exalted. Just as Mars in own sign is strong in Scorpio, exalted Venus is also strong in the 10th house. So a Venusian career is also possible. And Venusian career will be a career of tact, a career of key. This is where, I don't remember, but this is when we suggested SBI or that kind of careers in the previous time we saw this chart. Apart from the Martian influence, the Venus influence can suggest that. Venus and Rahu are the Karakas for any hidden operations. And Venus is exalted in the 10th house. The two are.
We saw Mars in Scorpio being the.
And Scorpio also shows hidden activity. So Mars in Scorpio in the Tamsa, Venus exalted in the 10th house, Rahu being very strong in the 9th house and aspecting that Venus. Rahu has aspect on the 10th house. So 10th house has involvement from Venus as well as exalted Venus as well as Mula Trikona Rahu, own sign Rahu. So Venus Rahu combination can show a spy kind of undercover operations, that kind of thing. So this particular Dashamsa can show that kind of career. So of course, mechanical engineering is also a possibility, but the thing is, now that he is interested in going into marine core, it is actually it doesn't seem like a bad idea at all. But my suspicion is, in the marine core, rather than being somebody being the boots on the ground, just pulling triggers, this may be somebody who's doing undercover operations, or in the long run, basically, I don't even know the names, but just like CIA, there are so many organizations, like CIA, FBI kind of organizations. There are so many in the Marines, in the Navy. So landing up in one of those secret organizations and being a secret operative or hidden operative may actually not be a bad idea for the future. Maybe a good idea.
Sir, why is it happening in the current Dasha of Jupiter?
Okay. Why is it happening in the current Dasha?
That is
That's a great question.
you were talking about, and
That's a great question. Why? Tell me.
This is some kind of if it's a career break,
Yeah.
it should be associated to the 5th lord.
Yeah.
But currently Jupiter here is the 7th and the 7th and the 10th lord. He's no doubt the 10th lord, but he's situated in the 8th house of breakages or giving tensions in the career, and he is also with the 3rd lord, who also indicates breakages and short-term breakages in career. So both of them are positioned in the 8th house. And currently Jupiter Sun Dasha, if I am not mistaken. That is running. So you are talking about a decision which has been taken when Jupiter is in the 8th house with the third lord in the 8th house once again. So 8th third combination is kind of seen here.
Yeah.
So why right now?
He's not working, right?
No, but
I know, but the thing is, even though he's not working, his training will start, right? He may be trained.
He may be in summer. He may be trained.
Yeah, so his training is starting.
not signed up yet. So will it? Is it just a thought that
he's not signed up, but the thing is he not enlisting in the Marines, but he's enlisting as a Marine officer.
The program he's trying to go in.
Yeah. So bottom line is he may not get in. That's what you are saying. But
so my thing is it just a thought that will fade away, or will he really pursue this path?
Yeah. Based on the natal dashamsa, it is a possibility. It is a strong possibility actually. Now, based on the dashas, what do you think? How are the dashas right now?
Jupiter Moon.
Yeah.
No, Jupiter Sun right now.
Jupiter Sun is on right now.
Yeah. Yeah, Jupiter Sun is going on right now. So, what do you say? Why suddenly this movement in this time in Jupiter Sun?
So 10th house is Lagna, Jupiter is Lagna.
Can we consider 10th house as the Lagna and say with respect to the 10th house and the Samsa?
You can take the 10th house as Lagna or 6th house as... See, the thing is, like I said earlier, career is shown from 2nd house, 6th house and 10th house. 10th house is what you have done, what you have accomplished. 2nd house is the resources for your work. What resources are at disposal for your work. And 6th house is the process of putting the resources to use and then overcoming some obstacles, actually getting things done. And then 10th house is the work that you accomplished, your accomplishment. So these are the 3 key houses. So if somebody is a marine officer and he is getting trained and he is fighting various battles, either tangible or intangible, then the thing is, which will be more relevant, 2nd house or 6th house or 10th house? Probably 6th house. 6th house of overcoming the obstacles will be the key house. Moreover, that is the house that is having master influence. For the master influence is the one that is showing this career. So taking the 6th house as Lagna instead of 10th house in that case. How is Jupiter and Sun?
Jupiter is the 5th lord.
Jupiter is the 5th lord.
And the 10th lord is Sun.
5th lord Jupiter and 10th lord Sun are having a Raj Yoga. So from the 6th house of career, the 5th lord and the 10th lord are having Raj Yoga. In which house?
Third house of
Initiative and fire and drive, aggression, etc. Third is the fire, the initiative. So in the house of initiative, there is a Raj Yoga between them. The only thing is Jupiter is not strong. He is in debility. Sun is also not that strong. He is actually an illegal sign. So this Raj Yoga is not very powerful, but it is a Raj Yoga nevertheless. So there is something undesirable about it because those planets are weak. They are in bad houses.
How will you see whether this will fructify or whether that's why because they are weak, will it just fade away?
Well, still they are in the 3rd house and they are giving... See, the thing is, for a malefic planet, 3rd house placement is good. Forget about Raj Yoga, right? 2nd, 5th and 10th lord together is always good. But in the 3rd house, is it good or bad? 3rd is the house of initiative, I said, right? But if Jupiter is there, he won't give initiative. He will actually suppress it because it's Mankara Sthana for him. Whereas if it is Mars or Rahu or Sun, they will give initiative. So Sun is a malefic, natural malefic. So for him being in the 3rd is very good. But Jupiter, it's not good for him, but he is debilitated. So debilitated Jupiter is kind of like a malefic, natural malefic. So actually, effectively this Raj Yoga is being given by 2 planets who are like natural malefics. So when a malefic is in an inimical sign, in the house of fire, in the house of initiative, that's not actually bad. It actually shows being extra motivated and going against everything to get started, basically, to put the seed. So my feeling is this, when is the Sanantadasha? Oh, Sanantadasha is actually running. Oh, I missed that. Okay, so Sanantadasha is running. Actually, you know what? Vargottama Lagna aspected where Jupiter is very strong in this chart. So normally we take only Nimshatri from moon. But I quickly want to see Lagna is Vargottama, not Shatabdika, I'll just use Nimshatri, but Nimshatri from Lagna. See, Lagna is very strong in this chart. So normally we take only Nimshatri from moon. But I quickly want to see Lagna is Vargottama, not Shatabdika, I'll just use Nimshatri, but Nimshatri from Lagna. See, Lagna is very strong in this chart. So normally we take only Nimshatri from moon. But I quickly want to see Like we used to say earlier, moon is the mind with which you perceive the world. It is the window to the world basically. Whereas Lagna is that through which you act. Moon is that through which you react, through which you perceive the world. The mind basically. You perceive the world, you see the world. And Lagna is the one through which you act in the world. So the thing is, for somebody who's a go-getter, who's aggressive, maybe Lagna is more important. And moreover, Lagna is Vargottama. So compared to moon, Lagna is actually strong here. So, I mean, I'm not saying moon Vishwatri doesn't work. What I'm saying is, I want to just see what Lagna Vishwatri is showing. Is it showing a different picture or is it showing something similar?
Jupiter once again, sir.
Okay, one sec. Lagna Sputa. Select Lagna Sputa as the starting point. So, okay, it is still Jupiter Dasha. What is the Antar Dasha?
Where are you selecting that?
Options, sir.
Options now?
Close the end. I'll close it. Options lo Lagna Sputa, sir.
Click on the options in Vishwatri Dasha. The top combo box. It will say Janma Tara.
Fifth one.
Janma Tara moons. Select Lagna Sputa. So it will start from Lagna. So it is still Jupiter Dasha. And the Antar Dasha is that of moon. So Jupiter moon is running right now. And of course, Lagna may or may not be accurate. So this may be plus or minus several months actually. But taking this to be accurate, how is this period? From the 6th house as Lagna. From the 6th house as Lagna now, moon is the 9th lord in the 4th house with the 4th lord. So again he is giving a Raj Yoga and in the 4th house of direction. And moon is the Karka for 4th house. He is the Karka for direction basically. Direction meaning, see 4th house is the house of peace, happiness, right? Comfort. And also it is called the house of direction because when you have a direction, you know what you are doing, you decide this is what I will do, you feel comfortable, you feel happy, you feel peaceful. So that is why, and moon is the Karka for all this. So being the Karka for 4th house, being in the 4th house, is actually quite strong there. Though it is an inimical house and he is with an enemy. He is afflicted by Rahu. So, but the thing is, there is a Raj Yoga there. So based on moon and based on this dasha, so now let's go back to normal Vishwatri. So based on both, in the dashamsha, a Raj Yoga is being triggered now. Either Jupiter Sun Raj Yoga or Jupiter Sun Raj Yoga and Moon Rahu Raj Yoga. They are being triggered at this time. So the bottom line is, it seems to me like this is a period when some good development from a long-term point of view is happening in the career. So I will not be surprised if actually this sticks. So if he actually goes for training and then he goes with this career, I will not be surprised.
He is pursuing for a training in this compared to a regular internship in industry.
Okay. That may be a good idea. That may be fine.
Jupiter Mars is probably the time that I would have thought he would actually do something, sir.
Jupiter?
Mars.
Yes, probably. Actually, you know, who knows, Jupiter Mars may actually bring the next level. When is Jupiter Mars?
2015.
Yeah, 15 time period. So maybe that is when
The active
duty starts or something. See, actually that's interesting. So when will he finish graduation if everything goes normally?
If he goes for this training, he'll finish by end of 2014 or early 2015 because he is missing one semester.
Just at the end of moon period. So once Jupiter Mars comes, so then the thing will be, well, I mean it's a straight case then. So
can we see D24 once, sir?
We can.
Because if he plans of doing something like stopping his dedication, he should see some kind of a disturbance in his D24, right?
If he takes this training, he'll have to miss the semester and then take an extra.
Yeah, but the bottom line is in the 2015 time frame, career looks good. Jupiter Dasha, Mars Antar Dasha will start and Mars is 6th lord in the 6th house. So that should really start the career. So looking at the D24.
I heard this Siddhamsha 9th house is Jupiter, so why he pursued mechanical? Siddhamsha.
Yeah?
Siddhamsha
D24 revised
graduation.
Yeah. Okay. D24 reverse. Reverse. Okay, so his question is, as per the Siddhamsha, Why is he doing this? Why is the career, why is he studying mechanical engineering? Yeah.
You don't see some...
Yeah. Tell me what? Forget about the subject, but the thing is in the Jupiter Dasha, going for the bachelor study, does it make sense?
It does make sense.
It does make sense.
Because he is the ninth lord aspect in ninth house. Ninth house is the house of bachelor study. Now your question is, why is he doing bachelor's in
Engineering.
Forget about the Dasha, even statically, right? Forget about the fact that it is Jupiter Dasha right now. Even statically, looking at the Siddhamsha, what is it that makes him do bachelor studies in this? Tell me. What do you think?
Mars.
Yeah?
He's aspecting Jupiter. 8th house aspect on
Yeah,
the
Mars is aspecting Jupiter, okay.
9th lord and Jupiter.
So Mars is aspecting Jupiter, okay, and also he is the 5th and 10th lord. So his aspect on the 9th lord gives a partial Rajoga.
And Jupiter is posited in the main.
So there is influence of Mars on Jupiter. Okay, what else?
Jupiter is in Mercury's house.
Yeah.
Mercury is in Mars. Mercury is in the house of Satan.
What are the other factors apart from 9th house and 9th lord? What are the other factors you can see for education?
Fourth.
I mean, bachelor's education we normally see 9th, right? What are the other factors? The Arudha, right?
Yes, sir.
We also used to see from the 9th lord, 9th house and the Arudha of the 9th. And how is the Arudha of the 9th?
Long time we...
Yeah. Can you just do it mentally? 9th house is Pisces, Jupiter is in the 7th from it, so take the 7th there from, you get Pisces, but you can't get the 10th sign or 7th, so if you take the 10th from there from, so you get Sagittarius. So A9 is in Sagittarius. So any strong influence is on Sagittarius.
Sagittarius for... How did you say that? That is for... No, I'm not asking about how it's calculated. From where are you taking the references?
Lagna.
From the Lagna.
Yeah. 9th house is Pisces.
Yeah.
From Pisces, its Lord is in the 7th house. Just using sign counting, no longitude. 7th there from is Pisces. And taking the 10th, because it can't be in the same house or the 7th from it, the Arudha, when it falls in one of those two houses, you take the 10th from there from. So this is what we used to do, right? So if you do this, then A9 is in Sagittarius. So any planets who have a strong influence on it, they can also show the kind of career. Now who has, of course, Jupiter being the lord of A9, his Dasha is giving the career, but the thing is, apart from it, what are the influences on A9? If Moon is aspecting it, they are having Argala. Basically that's what I was trying to get at. Any strong Argalas can actually, Argalas are very powerful. So the thing is, if malefics are in the 3rd house, that is an Argala. If you remember, Argalas are given by 2nd house, 5th house and 4th house, 2nd, 4th and 11th, and 5th is a secondary Argala, and reverse, counted in reverse will be the cancellation. So you may think that Saturn, Rahu, Ketu have Argala, but not really. Saturn has Argala, Rahu, Ketu have reverse Argala. They are cancelling it. So Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, no use basically. And 11th house has nobody, 4th has nobody, Mercury has only partial Argala, but the main Argala is there are Sun and Mars. Right? From Sagittarius. Moreover, they are the 5th and 9th lords. So they are basically 5th and 9th lord combination is a Rajoga. So from A9, which shows the tangible bachelor's education, Sun and Mars are giving a Rajoga and having Argala on it. So that Argala, yes.
Argala, is it Boyo's Argala or Argala?
They are having Argala.
It's the 3rd house, right?
Yeah.
From the Sagittarius.
The definition is this. planets in the 2nd, 4th and 11th can have Arkala, and 5th also secondary Arkala, and the reverse houses for 2nd, 12th, for 4th, 10th, for 11th, 3rd, they will cancel the Arkala, and for 5th, 9th will cancel the Arkala. And there is one what Parasara calls the Vipreet Arkala. That is, if male fix, only male fix, no male fix. Only male fix are in the 3rd house, not one but 2 or 3 or several. Natural male fix. If natural male fix are in the 3rd house, then that's not actually cancellation of Arkala, but they actually cause Arkala, and that's a Vipreet Arkala. That's an extreme Arkala. That's basically, the bottom line is, if you look at it from a common sense point of view, 2nd house is the resources. So when you give resources to something, it will enrich it. Whereas 12th house is depletion, taking away. You take away, then resources are gone. Like that. 4th house, you are happy about it. You have a direction, so the thing will be promoted. 10th house, you accomplish. You have done something. So whatever direction you had, whatever you accomplished, basically takes away. You need new direction to basically proceed further. Like that, it's a common sense. But the thing with 3rd is the fight to do something. So if male fix are there, they can actually enable you to do something big. The fact that 3rd is strong, if a planet is in the 3rd, it means, 11th means it's the house of fulfillment. You basically did something related to that house. Now the thing is, 3rd is desire. Desire means you haven't done it. You just want to desire. You just have a desire. So that is why 3rd is actually normally the cancellation of Arkala. But if there are natural male fix there, if 2 or 3 natural male fix really want to do something, if there is a lot of initiative given by them, maybe it will actually get done. Maybe it will start slowly, but it will just take off. So this Vipreet Arkala is something that will suddenly take off. So anyway, so Sun and Mars have an Arkala. So these are the influences. Yes.
Sorry for digressing.
No problem. Go ahead.
If you look at when will Lagna change in D10,
Yeah.
24, it is 7 seconds earlier, it goes to the previous.
Yeah.
There's a good chance that Mars and Sun would actually be posited in the 9th house.
Yeah. In that case, why is Jupiter Dasha giving the bachelor's education?
He's still affected by Mars.
Yeah. That's actually not a bad possibility. Let's see. Give me a second. To confirm, let's look at the Narayan Dasha. D24 Narayan Dasha. Let's look at the D24 Narayan Dasha and let's
Pisces and Aries, sir. Pisces was the time when he would have joined his engineering.
Yeah.
Lauded by Jupiter and Pluto.
Yeah. So when he started, it was Pisces. At the end of Pisces Dasha. He started at the end of Pisces Dasha, okay?
Started end of Pisces actually.
2008 the model.
Engineering studies, right? So 2008. Yeah.
2008
Oh, when did he start? When did he start the bachelor?
Just 30 years, right? So 2 years back.
2009.
Yeah. 2011? 12. Yeah, 2011 means. 2010.
2010, okay, good. So it was the Pisces Mahadasha. Okay, so Pisces Mahadasha started the bachelor's education.
Pisces Mahadasha?
Narayan Dasha of D24.
Yeah.
Pisces Mahadasha started.
Yeah.
And then it is going to end in the Aries Dasha.
Correct.
So that makes more sense with the Cancer Lagna because Pisces is the 9th house of bachelor's education. And why Aries Dasha is going to give an end of it? Because it is the Marka house, 2nd house, containing the 7th lord. Mercury is the 7th lord from Pisces, and he is in the 2nd house. So 7th lord in the 2nd or 2nd lord in the 7th is the Marka. So in that period, that education is basically going to end. Any other points? And also, by the way, we can also look at when we remember, you remember the three-part rule? Let's apply the three-part rule. So if we take the Aries period, what will be the result of the first one-third? See, the house, the lord, and then occupants and aspectors. This is the other, right? So house will be
11th house.
House is Pushthodaya Rasi. Aries is a Pushthodaya Rasi, rising with the back. So it will come at the end. The last one-third will be given, will give the result of Aries itself. And the Lord is Mars. He is in Aquarius. Is it Sishodaya or Pushthodaya? We used to do it very regularly, so you used to remember. 1, 2, 4, 9, 10. Remember that. 1, 2, 4, 9, 10. Remember the sequence. 1, 2, 4, 9, 10. These are the signs that are back rising. And of course, Pisces is Ubhyodaya, rising in the middle. And all others are Sishodaya. So Aquarius is 11th sign. So it is not in the 1, 2, 4, 9, 10. So it is a Sishodaya Rasi. So it rises in the, it rises with the head. So Mars is in a Sishodaya Rasi. So he will give his result as early as possible, beginning. So Mars result will come and he gets to, Lord will get to pick. The sign picks first and then the Lord picks and then finally the occupants will pick. They will get whatever is left. So sign will give in the last one-third. Out of the two remaining, the first one is Mars, beginning one. So Mars will give in the first one-third. So the first one-third gave the results of Mars. So 2011 to 2014 November, the results of Mars are given. So what are the results of Mars? Well, Yogarka. And from the 9th house as Lagna, he's the second and 9th lord. He's basically a benefic in the 12th house. So and he's aspecting the Lagna lord. So basically, he gives good education, etc. But he's in the 12th house, so he can give some breaks, etc. Also. Yeah. But the thing is, the key is the middle one-third. So middle one-third will give the results of the occupants and aspectors. Who are the aspectors? Mercury, Sun and Mars. Mercury is the occupant, Sun and Mars are the aspectors, using Rasi aspects here. Use Rasi aspects for this, right? So,
Mercury, Sun.
Yeah, Mercury, Sun and Mars. So, Sun, Mars and Mercury. And if we were to, actually let's not do that, but if you were to divide that further into three parts and then we used to look at the longitudes of Sun, Mercury. Sun is at 23 degrees, Mars is 23, so Mars is ahead. Yeah, so you can do that, but the bottom line is, the results of Mercury, the marka for the 9th house, they will be given in the middle one-third. So it is from 2014 November to 2018 March. That is anyway when we expect the end to come. So anyway, so my feeling is this Lagna may be correct. Any other comments, questions? So the bottom line is, I think this is a good line to pursue. But the thing is, it is good that he's not. One thing is, we don't really see right now any combination that shows dropping out of the education, right? Yes, sir. So Jupiter, if you see, the Jupiter Dasha is running. Jupiter is the 9th lord aspect in 9th. He doesn't, even though he's in the 7th house, Lagna lord in the 7th house is not considered a marka. So he's not really a marka. So he doesn't, and if you look at the Antardasha running right now, the Antardasha is of Sun. Even though he's in the 12th house, he is the 6th lord. 6th lord in 12th is again not really a marka.
6th lord in 12th.
Yeah. So he's not really a marka. So the bottom line is, and of course, after that will come Moon. Moon is also 5th lord in the 4th is not really a marka for that.
Second lord in 7th is alright, sir. Because Jupiter is the second lord in the 7th house. This is Mahadasha.
Second lord in the
7th house.
No, I'm not looking at Rasi. I'm looking at Siddhanta. I'm looking at marka for the 9th house, for the bachelor's degree. Basically, we don't see any indications right now that he will drop out of the education. It is possible only either in the Moon Antardasha or the Mars Antardasha, but not in the current Antardasha. Till 2013 September, there is no chance of leaving the education. So the thing is, it is good that he is actually not enlisting and doing the other thing. But this is a good career option. But one thing I will say is, though Mars is extremely strong in the 4th house, in the 6th house, the Lagna, the 5th lord exalted in the 10th house, in the Dashamsa, sorry. Though in the Dashamsa Mars is extremely strong in the 6th house, the 5th Lord Venus exalted in the 10th house, and Lagna Lord Mercury exalted in the 4th house. Lagna and 4th Lord Mercury exalted in the 4th house. Two exalted planets having mutual aspect. How close is the aspect? If you look at longitude, quantify it, Mercury is at 8.5 degree, Venus is at 29 degrees. So it's not really that close. But still, it's not so powerful, but still, two exalted planets having a Samsaptaka, there is a nice Rajoga between 4th and 5th Lord, 1st and 5th Lord, etc. So this is also a very important combination in the horoscope. And this is actually an intellectual. Mercury is an intellectual planet. See, Lagna is also an intellectual Lagna. And Mercury is an intellectual planet. And Venus is the planet. Venus is actually the significator of things like Pentagon, all these hidden things. So Venus and secondly Rahu are the significators for that. So the fact that the intellectual planet Mercury is influencing and Venus is so strong in the 10th house, though he will get trained and go into Marine Corps or Marine officer, etc., eventually he should eye in some elite agency, some spy agency kind of thing basically, or some agency that does a lot of investigative work or some planning.
No, Marine is actually elite.
Marine
I thought is the ground forces.
No.
Oh.
Marine is the selective of the armed forces.
They will send Marine guys only when they are done with everyone.
This is the fastest one across air.
But the thing is, the Mercury-Venus combination shows planning and meticulous planning actually. So you should get into something that shows a lot of meticulous planning. And then there is some Mars element also, some physical aggression element also. But the thing is, 80% of his career may actually be done on paper and in planning basically, in computer, not paper, but these days is computer. So, especially that kind of career is what I really anticipate. So, good luck to him.
Thank you.
And what is a good remedy for him? Well, Mars is so strong, Hanuman Chalisa. Hanuman Chalisa is a great idea.
If he is so strong, should we suggest him to propitiate Hanuman Chalisa or help Jupiter? Because Jupiter is weak.
No need to help Jupiter. Let Jupiter be debilitated. That's fine. The thing is, see, when you propitiate a planet, weak planet, the purpose will be by making that planet strong. Something that is showing in the chart that is not going to be fulfilled, you want it to be fulfilled. So suppose there were no other good combination, Mars, Mercury, Venus are so strong. Suppose that wasn't the case, and because of debilitated Jupiter, his career is bad. Then you suggest propitiation of Jupiter so that the career will be good. But here, even by making Jupiter stronger, you won't get a Jupiterian career. You won't become a teacher. Actually, you know what? Jupiter being the 10th Lord and Venus also being the 10th Lord, he is also a teacher. It is also a possibility that he will be doing some training in the long run, some training relating to whatever agency that he joins. He may be a trainer, a planner and a trainer in the long run. That is a possible career. But anyway, the bottom line is, it's not that suddenly he will get a Jupiterian career. He will just forget about military and go into become a mechanical engineering professor or a lawyer. It won't happen to him. So the career is going to be shown by Mars and secondly Mercury Venus. So that is going to be the career, mostly by Mars and secondly Mercury Venus. So there is no point in propitiating Jupiter, in my mind. And if you propitiate those who are already strong, well, they will anyway give good results, but it will be accentuated. Suppose he worships Lakshmi Narayana, let us say. Suppose he worships Lakshmi Narayana. That will accentuate the Mercury Venus Rajyoga. He will anyway climb great heights. He will become very successful. Maybe he will climb even higher positions. Maybe he will one day become some defense secretary or some head of some agency in Pentagon. Such things are possible with such a powerful Dashamsa. So maybe by propitiating either Mercury or Venus, Lakshmi Narayana or Hanuman, maybe he will reach great heights in the career. That's my thinking. And moreover, physically also, Mars is very strong there in the Rashi chart, physically also. So worshipping Hanuman, it will be good for his physical well-being as well as his career. It is overall good for him. And one thing like I mentioned earlier to you is the Dasha running right now is a Marka Dasha, Jupiter Dasha. So there is a possibility of some, Jupiter is the second lord in the 7th house. So his Dasha runs till 2018. So in this period,
and the 7th Lord Sun is also running right.
Yeah.
I was looking at Rashi.
Yeah.
He's in the 5th house though.
Yeah, but so the thing is, some Marka period is running right now. So in the next few years there is a chance. But the thing is, longevity is good. If you look at the overall, the Lagna Lord is in one house. If you overall analyze this, the longevity is good. So this is a long-lived chart. but a Margadasha is running. So some serious injury or something is possible in the next 5 years. Some serious setback to the physical well-being of the person is a possibility. So be prepared. His kith and kin should be prepared for some setback. But he will come out and he will have a terrific career. My suggestion would be either Hanuman or Lakshmi Narayana. Yeah. Anything else? Any other?
It's an unusual chart for an Indian in this country.
Indian in this country, yes. Yes. Indian of vegetarian origin in US fighting the Marine Corps. Yeah, it's quite unusual. Any other comments you want to make? Anything else?
One question.
Yes.
When it is, in this example, Mars was 5th Lord and 12th Lord in one situation.
5th Lord and 12th Lord? In the Siddhanta, yeah? D24.
Yeah.
Chart of learning, yeah?
And you said like you are considering only the 5th Lord position. I mean, Lagna Lord and 5th Lord being together, it's a good thing. Okay, and let me rephrase my question.
Yeah.
When
a planet owns two houses, there may be a Rajoga given by one, but Duryoga given by the other. Is that what you are trying to say?
When should we consider what? 5th house? When should we consider the 5th house part of it, and when should we consider the 12th house part of it? Like,
okay. That's a tough call. The thing is, first of all, if Mars is the 5th Lord and also 12th Lord, right? Now the thing is,
He cannot be
then,
as well as 12th Lord from any place.
from Sagittarius. He is starting from Dashamsa 10th house. We saw Dashamsa 10th house. We said that my Mars is the 5th Lord and Milky is the 10th Lord and there is a Rajoga between them.
I was looking at Siddhamsa and
And also from the Arudha of the A9 in D24. He is talking about one of those. Yeah. Now the thing is, basically the thumb rule is this. If a planet owns both houses, he will give both the results. But depending on which one is strong, if one of them is particularly strong, you can consider that ahead of the other. But the other thumb rule is, when you are deciding yogas, when you are looking at yogas and analyzing them, the thumb rule is this. If, let's say a planet who owns 6th and 9th is joining 10th Lord, you can say that 10th and 12th Lords are joining is a Duryoga, or you can say 5th and 10th Lords are joining is a Rajoga. The thing is, then you pick the Rajoga. On the other hand, let's say a planet is in the, unless 5th is very weak and 12th is very prominent in the horoscope, in the chart. Unless that is the only case. Otherwise, you'd say 5th and 10th Lords are together, this is a Rajoga. Right? On the other hand, the planet, let us say, owns the 12th house and 3rd house. Like for example, Cancer. Then clearly, if he joins the 10th Lord, you say it's a Duryoga. It's clearly a Duryoga. Then there is a scope for both Rajoga and Duryoga, depending on the other planet. If the other planet owning a good house or a bad house. Based on that, you basically, the thing is, let me put it this way. Suppose I have some strengths in me and some weaknesses. Suppose I'm a smart guy, so I can do some astrology, but also I'm smart and I can do some shady work, some underground, maybe I can program some viruses, etc. Now the thing is, if I'm in the company of somebody who's doing some Jyotish programming, I'll do some Jyotish programming. If I'm in the company of somebody who's into viruses, I'll do viruses. So if I have both, you see what the company is. Similarly, let's say a planet owns 5th and 12th house, but he is in the 6th Lord. Then you say you take the 12th, unless 12th is very weak and 5th is very strong in the chart, you take the 12th and you say 12th and 6th Lords are together, so this is the Rajoga. You understand what I'm saying? But the thing is, let's say the other planet also owns, let's say other planet owns 12th and 3rd, and this planet owns 5th and 12th, then basically you, that's actually not possible. But the thing is, let's say one planet owns 3rd and 12th, let's say Cancer Lagna, 3rd and 12th. The other planet owns 6th and 9th, let's say Jupiter. Then 6th and 12th Lords together, let's say Rajoga. You don't say 9th and 12th Lords together, it's a bad job. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, but the thing is, let's say one planet owns 6th and 9th, the other planet owns, let's say 4th and 11th. Which is possible for Cancer Lagna, Jupiter and Venus. Then you are in both the planets are owning one good house and one bad house. Then basically you don't really say either Rajoga is dominant or either Viparita Rajoga is dominant. You ignore. But the bottom line is, if the other planet in a yoga is more conducive to either Viparita Rajoga or Rajoga, that propensity within this planet, which is having both possibilities, will become stronger. So that's basically the genetic thumb rule. Any other questions? Om Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanamastu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Sarve jana sukhino bhavantu. Yavat bhumandale sanatana dharmo vadhatu. Visheshata Mastakhande. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.